right, hey, what's up, y'all? So, again, recently we put together this SHT Vitality 3-part series, and our first part of the 3-part series was nutritional vitality, basically a way for us to assess foods. And so we went through some examples, so I wanted to share some of those examples with y'all. So we can basically use this concept of nutritional vitality to assess and grade foods, right? So if I look at something like a piece of steak, first of all, anything in the real food realm is going to check out as far as nutritional vitality goes, but a piece of steak is probably one of the best things that we can consume. Why? Because it has maximum nutrients. A piece of steak has protein, it's got fatty acids, it's got minerals and vitamins and cofactors, it has a life force, a vitality, a perishability, which means when I consume that, I'm getting a lot of great stuff. Also, a piece of steak is going to have minimal toxicity. Now, some people might say, well, what if the cow, antibiotics and like it's a grain-fed cow or something along those lines? Well, yeah, sure. You could make that argument with anything in the real food realm that conventional is probably not the best, but a piece of steak, even if conventional beef, is going to be better than processed food. So it has minimal toxins compared to processed food. And then a piece of steak is going to be great for metabolic efficiency because it's mainly protein and fat. It doesn't have any carbohydrates or very little glucose, if any at all. All right, so completely checks out, right? Same thing with an egg. An egg, high nutritional value, like it's awesome. Proteins, fatty acids, fat-soluble nutrients is what gives this orange color. It has some carotene, some choline, like it's awesome. And then also some vitamins and minerals and cofactors. It has a life force, a vitality, it's perishable, which is a good thing. And then also, again, we can make the same argument with eggs as far as the whole quality issue goes. Conventional eggs may have a little more toxins than something better like an organic or pasture-raised egg, but still a conventional egg's a heck of a lot better than eating something in the processed food realm, right? And then an egg is going to be awesome as far as metabolic efficiency goes because it's mainly protein and fat, right? It doesn't have any glucose, if any at all. And then if we look at something like one of our traditional fats like butter, by the way, butter makes everything better. Butter is amazing. Butter is a nutritional powerhouse. Butter has some fat-soluble nutrients. It has some MCTs, which are really easy for the body to use for energy. It's got some vitamins and minerals, some cofactors. It's perishable. It has a life force and a vitality. So butter is amazing from a nutrient standpoint. It has minimal toxicity. We could definitely make the same argument for butter. Conventional butter is fine. Organic butter a little bit better. Pasture-raised butter even better, or grass-fed. But still, conventional butter is a heck of a lot better than consuming margarine. And then also, it's perfect metabolic efficiency because butter is fat for fuel. I mean, it has MCTs in it, and it's just freaking great. If we look at things like produce and vegetables, a piece of broccoli, it doesn't have a high nutritional value. I mean, it has some nutrients. They're not super bioavailable, but it's fine. It's great. It does have a life force and a vitality and a perishability, which is awesome. It has minimal toxicity, but we can make the same argument with plants that everybody makes about meat, right? Conventional plants, pesticides, herbicides, other toxins, better than processed food. But we definitely could improve the quality by purchasing local or organic or some other label that's verified that improves the nutrient value and minimizes the toxicity. So, and then a piece of broccoli is going to have relatively neutral metabolic efficiency, or we could say high metabolic efficiency because it doesn't have much glucose, if any at all. And if we look at something that's sugary in the real food realm, like an apple, completely checks out from a nutritional vitality standpoint, from a nutrient standpoint, not a powerhouse. It's got some nutrients in it, some vitamins and some minerals and some life force. That's great. And then also, same argument that we can make with everything in the real food realm. Conventional apples, fine, better than processed food. Probably because of how dirty apples are from a pesticide and herbicide standpoint, we want to buy organic or better. But again, minimal toxicity compared to processed food. And then it has low metabolic efficiency because it has a lot of sugar in it. But of course, it's real food-based sugar, so it's not problematic. It's not something we want to avoid. It just doesn't have a great metabolic efficiency. Now we look at some things in the standard American diet processed food realm, like Crisco. There's nothing good about Crisco. There's no nutritional value, there's super high toxicity, and there's no metabolic efficiency because it's the wrong kind of fat. My body can't use what's in Crisco because it's hydrogenated fats. So it doesn't even get a ranking at all. And then we look at things like, we covered this in our meeting, Chex mixes. Some people think this is healthy for some reason. If you look at the ingredients, it's got whole grain corn, and it's got some crappy oils. It's got canola oil in it. Sometimes it has wheat in it. Sometimes it has a lot of sugar in it. So From a nutritional vitality standpoint, it has minimal nutrients that are beneficial, if any. I mean, it's got some, but then it has high toxicity because it has GMO corn in it. It usually has some wheat in it, and then it has some toxic oils in it. And then from a metabolic efficiency standpoint, it's high in carbohydrates and high in sugar. So if I'm trying to assess something based on whether this is something I want to consume or not, is this giving me nutritional value? Does it have toxicity? And does it create any metabolic efficiency? And we'd say, no, this is pointless. If I look at a freaking donut, I mean, as much as I might have enjoyed them at one point, I have no interest in them whatsoever anymore because of what I understand about this. So donuts, I don't know if there's anything, there might be some minute beneficial something about donuts, like some kind of vitamin or mineral in there, but it's completely overshadowed by the toxicity component, right? Because it has chemicals, dyes, preservatives, toxic fats, it's fried and hydrogenated or soybean oil, so beyond toxic. And then horrible metabolic efficiency because it is nothing but sugar, right? So, and then we could even look at something that is relatively considered healthy, like a granola bar. I used to love granola bars. Well, granola bars are made with oats, and they have, which was interesting to me, canola oil. It's got a lot of sugar in it, so from a nutrient standpoint, maybe we've got some nutrients in it from the oats, you know. I think oats are relatively toxic compared to other real food things that you can get some nutrients from because of the anti-nutrients in it, but whatever. And then it has a medium to high level toxicity because we have anti-nutrients from the seeds, and then we also have some toxic oils, and then we've got some stabilizers sometimes. And then it has horrible metabolic efficiency because it's mostly carbohydrates. So again, if I'm trying to assess whether it, is this appropriate to eat, it's not the best thing in the world. I mean, it's like, if I'm going to spend my time eating something, I'm going to eat something that's going to freaking make me feel amazing. And this is not one of those things. So just a big summary, big picture overview of what we're trying to do. We are in the SHT community. We're trying to eat for nutrients. We're trying to eat to facilitate this body. This body is not made of granola bars. It's not made of hydrogenated oils, right? We're trying to eat in a way that facilitates this body. And then we're also trying to eat in a way that nurtures metabolic efficiency and flexibility, which means that we want to eat traditional fats from real food sources, and we want to teach the body how to use its own body fat for fuel, and we want to be really strategic with our carbohydrate consumption. So like big picture, what it is that we're trying to do is basically we're trying to eat real food, we're trying to be strategic with our carbs, and we're trying to allow space and periods of not eating so that the body can tap into its own fat stores for fuel. And yeah, that's about it. So if you got any questions, let us know. You can also join us in our community over at community.superhumantransformation.com. We hope to see you there.